I was standing here quite a few years ago making a video to explain the project of Platania Harbour and the local opposition to it from a lot of people who formed a group, the Platania Environmental Association, and they felt the harbour was unnecessary and environmentally damaging, and so it was opposed. But that's a long time ago now, and the harbour was built, and it has been built, and now it's a feature of Platania. They've done rather a good job. Once the building started, which is 2 years ago the construction started, our group came to the decision that of course there's no purpose in opposing it, and we should make the very best of it in the future. The floods in Storm Daniel in September of last year caused a huge damage to the village. The bridge was washed away, and it was always felt that the positioning of this harbour would restrict the outflow of the river, and that was one of the major objections to the particular design of the harbour. The river now is 6 metres wider. Nature made it bigger. The bridge washed away, and now we see here a temporary solution, which is very temporary, and it will be, there's work to be done separate to the construction of the harbour that will that will redefine the river and make it as safe as possible, a new bridge or river crossing, etc. But areas of the harbour here, which in the original plans were a working area for fishing vessels, in fact has been paved rather nicely. There are areas here, spaces left full of earth, which we think are going to be planted with trees and flowers and what have you. So what was on plan purely a fishing harbour is going to become a general purpose harbour that will serve the needs of fishermen, which is important. So we're watching Yorgos go out now on his boat. It will serve the purposes of fishing boats, but also provide leisure sailors and visiting yachts in the summer with good facilities, which is great. There are fire hydrants, there are electric points, there are water points, all of which needs to be managed somehow by a harbour authority. It's the responsibility, according to the contracts, of the municipality of South Pelion. So we'll see what they do, because it's very hard to find out exactly what will happen in terms of the management and mooring rights and what have you. But it has to be said, it's a pretty good job. And it's a part of the new life of the village. Platania remains a very beautiful place with its simplicity, and we'll keep a good eye out in the future to see how it develops. Along here, so the harbour side tavernas and cafes have the same pavement space as before. These concrete areas here really are the vehicle manoeuvring areas, a very well constructed slipway, which I'll find useful, I must say. And over here there's a small porter cabin that was used during the construction now as a sort of construction office. I'm told it's going to be an office for the port police to use. We'll have to see. I really don't know for sure. And then just on the other side of the harbour is a small beach. So we're looking over towards Evia in the distance there. And this is the beach where we used to launch our boats from, which was always a very difficult, awkward place because the sand was very soft and cars would get stuck. So as a facility, it's very helpful to have the launching ramp. So there we are, a little look at the harbour. I'll walk a little along the old harbour wall a little bit. This section I'm walking on now was the old original harbour wall. It's been widened, it's been extended to meet up with the new construction. Here we have, there's a water reservoir, there's a generator. It's also with firefighting. I mean, this place is well equipped, that's for sure. This crane is the remaining piece of kit from the construction company that is going to be removed at some stage, but I guess they're parking it here until they need it elsewhere for another project. This is worth seeing. So the plan, the harbour's been built according to plan, but something that has been done as an additional feature, like the paving back at where we were just now, they've put a stone finish on the concrete harbour wall, which makes it a lot more attractive. And I think that's almost a kind of compensation for the village, because I didn't want to give it too much of an industrial look, given that this is, apart from having a function as a fishing harbour, it's very much a holiday village, and tourism is the most important income generator for the village. So here we are. I've walked halfway around. There's the entrance. There's a lot of space. Here's one of the electrical power things with water and power available for boats, which I think they'll pay for by ticket or something. And there we are. So it's the 16th of December 2024. Christmas is coming. It's a beautiful day, and let's hope Platania Harbour has a good future and the village has a good future. And I think we've concluded the story of Platania and its new harbour.